As an engineering student who will become an engineer after a few years, are you ready to meet the challenges of the 21st century for engineers? Do you know how to become a qualified engineer? Engineering professionalization will give you the answer. So, what is the engineering professionalization and why it is important? Professor Steven gave us his opinions.
Okay, so engineering professionalization is, it's like any profession. To be a profession, there are certain criteria that you have to meet. Number one, your ultimate purpose as a profession is to protect the public, is to offer a service where you're working to a code of conduct, stated ethics, and you're working to a body of knowledge, a specialized body of knowledge. Now they have to be rewarded, remunerated, but its purpose is to serve the public and to follow body of knowledge which would take many, many years to master.
So you mean the importance of engineering professionalization is to protect the public?
In Canada, that is its prime purpose.
As Professor Steven mentioned, professional engineers make contribution to protect the health and properties of the public. However, you may not really realize who can be called professional engineers. Do you have technical competence, work ethic, accuracy and precision, communication and teamwork, confidence and courage, moral standards? If your answer is no, this may lead to unprofessional behaviors, and then engineering disaster will happen. Modern Marvel's Engineering Disasters is a documentary, and it describes different disasters which caused by engineers' various errors.
Chaos in Guadalajara, Mexico, when the city's streets explode. An airplane crash outside of Paris that ranks as one of the worst in history. 2 dams in Italy collapse, engulfing a village in a tidal wave of sludge. Students and teachers in a small Texas town are entombed in the rubble of their school. An oil tanker runs aground off the coast of England and introduces the world to the devastation of the first super spill. Now, engineering disasters on Modern Marvels. On the morning of April 22nd, 1992, a series of explosions rocked the streets of Guadalajara.
President of Mexico came here and he said 3 days, 72 hours, and I want to know who is the responsible.
With a slightly different account than the Houston delegations, the Mexican government's inquiry concluded that an iron water main had been illegally installed, intersecting and establishing contact with the 12-inch steel pipeline. The dissimilar metal-to-metal contact in a moist environment caused corrosion to both lines. A half-inch hole was created in the gasoline pipeline, allowing an estimated 150,000 gallons of gasoline to leak into the soil.
And a little hole. And from this little hole flew or dumped all the thousand and thousand of liters of gasoline. This is the official version of all the investigation.
When you're in the middle of the situation, you don't care about who did what or play a blame game. What we want to do is find out, where's it coming from? Why did it happen? Is it going to happen again?
In this case, because the engineers were lack of technical competence, so they did not find the corrosion of steel leaded to gasoline leak. Finally, a serious explosion happened. As I mentioned before, professional engineers should have technical competence, so it is obvious if we become more professional, engineering disaster may not happen. As an engineer, what should we do?
To create that, all I'm trying to do is make sure in young people they're not ignorant about what it is they're working in, that they realize there's an end purpose that's behind the products and the technologies that they are designing and building, and that they should be knowledgeable about it and not be slaves within an overarching company and not care about it. They should be caring, thinking citizens. So it's in some ways it's to create awareness and better citizenship among young engineers.
Yes, absolutely. We should not only focus on practical skills but also get professional education